You can spend a fortune building or renovating your home and still make it look cheap in seconds. Not because you chose the lowest budget materials, not because your house is small, but because certain design choices instantly downgrade perception, and perception is everything. In 2026, buyers, guests, and even neighbors form opinions within moments: the trim detail, the lighting tone, the hardware finish, the proportions. Small missteps compound quickly. Today, we're breaking down 8 home design choices that make your house look instantly cheap, and more importantly, what to do instead if you want your home to feel intentional, refined, and high value. Let's start with the first mistake that quietly sabotages homes everywhere: mismatched finish throughout the house. Brushed nickel in the kitchen, matte black in the bathroom. Brass in the hallway, chrome in the laundry room. Individually, none of these finishes are cheap, but when mixed without a clear plan, the home feels pieced together over time instead of thoughtfully designed. The brain craves cohesion. When finishes change randomly from room to room, it signals budget compromise. What to do instead? Choose one primary metal finish and one complementary accent. Repeat them consistently throughout the house. Cohesion creates polish instantly. Second, undersized or builder basic light fixtures. Lighting is jewelry for a home. Tiny flush mount dome lights, outdated frosted glass fixtures, or overly small pendants above large islands make ceilings feel low and rooms feel neglected. Poor skill cheapens a space faster than almost anything. Instead, choose fixtures proportional to the room size. Layer lighting: recessed, ambient, task, and accent. And always match color temperature across rooms. Warm, consistent lighting elevates every surface. Third, short cabinets that stop awkwardly below the ceiling. That empty gap above cabinets collects dust and visually shortens the room. It screams standard package. What to do instead? Extend cabinets to the ceiling or add properly scaled crown molding. Vertical continuity adds perceived height and value. Fourth, visible clutter and lack of concealed storage. Even expensive homes look chaotic when countertops overflow with small appliances, cords, mail, and random objects. Clutter reads as cheap because it suggests lack of planning. The solution isn't just cleaning, it's designing hidden storage intentionally. Add drawer organizers, install appliance garages. Build in drop zones. Luxury equals control. Fifth, pour trim and baseboard detail. Thin, flat baseboards and minimal window casing feel hollow and unfinished. Trim defines architectural presence. When it's undersized, the room feels flat. Instead, invest in taller baseboards, layered casing profiles, and clean transitions. Trim upgrades often cost far less than major remodels, but dramatically change perception. Sixth, inconsistent flooring transitions. Switching flooring types abruptly between rooms breaks visual flow. 3 different woods on one level. Cheap. Tile that ends awkwardly in doorways? Cheap. Instead, maintain consistent flooring on main levels whenever possible. If transitions are necessary, use intentional thresholds and align plank direction thoughtfully. 7th, flat, single-color walls with no depth. While neutral walls are timeless, a house painted entirely in one stark tone without variation can feel lifeless. Depth doesn't mean bold colors everywhere, it means subtle contrast. Slightly warmer tones in living areas, soft accent walls. Textured materials like wood, stone, or paneling to add dimension. 8th, exposed cords and poorly placed outlets. Few things downgrade a space faster than visible extension cords snaking across walls or TVS mounted with dangling cables. What to do instead? Pre-plan electrical, install in-wall cord management. Place outlets strategically during renovation. Small details separate amateur from professional design. Now let's go deeper into why these choices create such a strong cheap impression. Cheap isn't about cost, cheap is about inconsistency. Cheap is about poor proportion. Cheap is about visible shortcuts. When design lacks alignment, the brain registers fragmentation. Fragmentation feels temporary. Temporary feels low value. Luxury feels intentional, luxury feels cohesive. Luxury feels proportional, luxury feels edited. Let's examine lighting more closely. Color temperature mismatch: cool white in one room, warm yellow in another creates visual confusion. Standardized bulb temperature across the house, ideally in the warm to 700K 300K range for residential comfort. Now think about hardware scale. Tiny cabinet knobs on large drawers feel inadequate. Oversized pulls in small bathrooms feel aggressive. Match hardware size to drawer width and cabinet scale. Another subtle downgrade is hollow interior doors. Lightweight doors feel flimsy and sound hollow when closed. Solid core doors feel substantial. The difference in cost is modest compared to the perception upgrade. Let's talk about paint finish choice. Flat paint in high traffic areas stains easily and looks chalky over time. Satin or eggshell finish provides subtle sheen and durability. Now consider proportion in furniture placement. Tiny rugs floating in large rooms make spaces feel disjointed. Rugs should anchor furniture, not sit awkwardly beneath coffee tables only. Another design choice that cheapens homes instantly is ignoring exterior lighting. Dark facades at night feel unwelcoming. Balanced exterior lighting highlights architectural features and increases curb appeal. Now zoom out and see the pattern. Homes look expensive when finish repeat intentionally. Lighting is layered and warm. Trim adds architectural depth. Storage hides clutter. Flooring flows consistently. Proportions feel balanced. Cables and hardware are discreet. Homes look cheap when materials change randomly. Scale is ignored. Gaps are visible. Clutter dominates. Transitions feel accidental. Here's the financial implication. In 2026, buyers form opinions quickly. If a home feels cheap, even if structurally sound, offers reflect perceived update costs. They assume poor finish detail means larger hidden shortcuts. They negotiate harder. But when a home feels cohesive and refined, even with modest materials, buyers feel confident. Confidence increases offer strength. Before making any design decision, ask, is this cohesive with the rest of the house? Is the scale appropriate? Will this look intentional or improvised? Does this eliminate visual noise? Does this improve flow? Because small details shape large perceptions. You don't need marble everywhere. You don't need exotic materials. You need consistency. You need proportion. You need thoughtful lighting. You need concealed storage. You need clean transitions. The difference between average and elevated isn't always budget. It's discipline. Design discipline. Edit aggressively. Repeat finish strategically. Upgrade trim selectively. Align flooring thoughtfully. Control clutter ruthlessly because perception drives value. And value isn't created by extravagance, it's created by intention. Fix these 8 mistakes and your house won't just look better. It will feel more expensive, and that feeling is what truly matters. And here's the uncomfortable reality most homeowners never hear. You can't decorate your way out of bad foundational design choices. You can add pillows, art, plants, and expensive furniture, but if the bones feel inconsistent, underscaled, or unfinished, the house will still read as cheap. The good news, most of these problems are fixable without tearing down walls. The bad news, they require discipline, not impulse. Let's go deeper into the subtle design decisions that instantly downgrade a home and exactly what to do instead. One of the biggest silent offenders is low-effort paint execution. Uneven cut lines at ceilings, paint on trim edges. Roller marks visible in certain lighting. Even the best color choice looks amateur if application is sloppy. Clean lines between wall and trim are non-negotiable. If you're painting yourself, tape carefully and use quality brushes. If you're hiring out, inspect closely before final payment. Precision equals professionalism. Another instant downgrade is thin, off-the-shelf blinds in every window. Standard white mini blinds screen temporary solution. They bend easily, discolor over time, and offer no softness. Instead, invest in simple, tailored window treatments. Linen drapery panels mounted high and wide, woven with shades. Even basic roller shades in a consistent neutral tone elevate the space dramatically. Let's talk about outlet and switch plate color mismatch. White plates on cream walls, almond switches on bright white trim. These tiny inconsistencies break visual continuity. Swap them for matching plates or pentable covers that blend seamlessly. Now consider ceiling neglect, popcorn texture left untouched. Patchwork repairs visible after light changes. Yellowing smoke detectors mounted in awkward positions. Ceilings are often called the fifth wall, and when ignored, they lower the perceived finish level of the entire room. Smooth ceilings or properly maintained texture with aligned lighting fixtures make a huge difference. Another cheap-looking mistake is ignoring symmetry where it matters. One sconce slightly higher than the other, cabinet poles placed inconsistently. Curtain rods mounted at different heights in adjacent rooms. Symmetry doesn't mean rigidity, but obvious misalignment reads as rushed installation. Let's examine cabinet filler panels again, but with more nuance. Large blank filler strips between cabinets and walls reveal stock cabinetry compromises. When possible, customize filler widths evenly or incorporate panels that blend intentionally into the design. Now think about exterior details. A beautiful front door paired with a worn-out mailbox and faded house numbers undermines curb appeal instantly. Upgrade exterior hardware as a coordinated set door handle, mailbox, lighting, and numbers should feel like they belong together. Another overlooked downgrade is visible air vents and returns in mismatched finishes. Rusted metal grills on freshly painted walls break cohesion. Swap for clean, powder-coated versions that match wall color or flooring tone. Let's talk about furniture scale one more time, because this mistake alone makes expensive homes feel inexpensive. Oversized sectional sofas stuffed into small living rooms choke circulation. Tiny love seats floating in large rooms make spaces feel incomplete. Measure your room, map furniture layout, leave breathing room. Proper scale communicates intentional design. Now zoom into bathroom details. Crooked towel bars, loose toilet paper holders. Silicone caulking applied unevenly, bathrooms magnify sloppy finish work. Clean caulk lines and secure hardware elevate even simple tile. Another fast downgrade, cheap ceiling fans with outdated bulb shapes and shiny brass finishes in modern rooms. If a ceiling fan is necessary, choose one with a streamlined silhouette and cohesive finish. Let's address closet interiors. Wire shelving throughout the house feels temporary and industrial. Simple wood or laminate shelving systems create permanence. Even upgrading just the primary closet changes perceived home quality. Now here's something most people miss entirely: sound. Hollow doors, rattling HVAC vents, squeaky hinges all subtly communicate low build quality. Replace hollow core doors with solid core where possible. Lubricate hinges, secure vent covers properly. Sound effects perceived luxury, and here's one that surprises many homeowners: mismatched door styles within the same home. Arched doors in one hallway, flat panel in another. 6-panel colonial in bedrooms. Consistency across door profiles creates architectural harmony. Now let's step back and understand the psychology. When someone walks into your home, they are scanning for cues. Are details aligned? Are finishes consistent? Are proportions balanced? Is clutter controlled? Are transitions clean? If the answer is yes, they subconsciously assume the home was cared for. Care equals value. But if small inconsistencies accumulate, they assume shortcuts were taken elsewhere. Shortcuts equal risk. Risk lures offers. Here's the powerful reframe: making a house look expensive isn't about adding more. It's about refining what's already there. Unify finishes, upgrade trim strategically. Standardize lighting temperature. Control clutter aggressively, align hardware carefully. Replace thin window treatments. Upgrade outlet covers, correct scale mistakes. Polish exterior details. Because design is not about extravagance, it's about editing. The homes that feel elevated share one common trait: nothing feels accidental. Every element appears chosen, every detail feels considered. And that perception can be created at almost any budget level. Before finishing any project, walk through your home slowly and ask, does anything feel temporary? Does anything feel mismatched? Does anything feel undersized? Does anything interrupt flow? Does anything look rushed? Then correct those pieces intentionally, because instant cheapness is rarely caused by one catastrophic mistake. It's caused by multiple small inconsistencies. Fix the inconsistencies and the house transforms. And in 2026, where buyers compare homes online before stepping inside, perception determines opportunity. Make your house feel cohesive. Make it feel deliberate, make it feel finished. Because expensive isn't about spending more. It's about eliminating what looks unfinished. And when your home feels finished, truly finished, it doesn't just look better. It feels valuable, and that feeling is what separates ordinary from elevated every single time.